April 20th, 2013. Madison Square Garden, New York City. The crowd buzzed with curiosity and doubt. Across the Atlantic, a British giant had come to prove himself on American soil. 6'9", unbeaten and louder than life, Tyson Fury, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King. He was young, wild, and burning with ambition to conquer the world. But on this night, his test had a name: Steve USS Cunningham, a former world champion, a Navy man, a fighter built on discipline and heart. He was smaller, yes, but faster and smarter. He knew how to survive in deep water. As the bell rang, Fury came forward like a beast loosed from a cage. He mocked, grinned, and used every inch of his massive frame to bully the American. Cunningham kept his distance, slipping, circling, studying. Round after round, the energy built. Fury's confidence grew with every jab. He looked unstoppable until it happened. Midway through round 3, Cunningham timed the charge perfectly. A sharp right cross snapped Fury's head back, and then another. The arena froze. The giant fell, flat on his back. The crowd exploded. Gasps, shouts, disbelief. A 40-pound lighter man had just dropped the Colossus from Manchester. For a moment, still, eyes open, staring at the ceiling lights of Madison Square Garden. He'd been hit hard before, but never like this. And as the referee counted, something shifted inside him. He rose slowly, a smile creeping across his face. The audience had no idea. The monster had just woken. Fury came out for round 4, with a different fire burning inside him. The smirk was gone. The singing stopped. What stood before Steve Cunningham now was not the playful giant. It was a man possessed. Fury started pressing forward, talking constantly, using his weight to lean, shove, and drain every ounce of air out of the smaller man's lungs. Cunningham threw combinations, fast and sharp, but Fury's size began to smother him. Tyson used dirty tricks, elbows, head pushes, clinches, anything to wear his opponent down. He leaned all 254 pounds on Cunningham's back, forcing him to carry the weight of a man built like a tree. "You can't hurt me," Fury shouted in the clinch, his voice echoing over the crowd noise. Steve's punches still found the target, but each round was becoming harder to breathe, harder to move. Fury's jab turned into a spear, his uppercuts into thunderbolts. The arena crowd, once cheering for Cunningham, now began to gasp at Fury's ferocity. In between rounds, Tyson laughed to his corner. He can't last much longer. But inside Cunningham's eyes, the fire hadn't gone out. He was tired, bleeding, but he refused to fold. Round 5, Fury taunted, waving his hands, shouting at ringside fans. Steve, fueled by pride, launched another right-hand counter. But Fury took it, smiled, and winked. The monster was awake. Each clinch, each push was punishment. Fury wasn't just fighting to win. He was fighting to destroy. He leaned on Cunningham in the corner, whispering, "You're too small for me, boy." The referee separated them again and again, but Fury kept closing in, like a predator stalking prey. By the end of round 5, the once bright eyes of Steve Cunningham had dimmed. He was fighting heart against mass, courage against nature itself. Round 6 began, and the arena smelled of sweat, blood, and electricity. Fury walked forward with his hands low, his chin daringly high, talking non-stop. Cunningham circled, throwing combinations, but his punches no longer had the same snap. The weight of Fury's constant pressure was taking its toll. Then came the breaking point. Fury trapped Cunningham against the ropes, pressing his forearm across the smaller man's neck. The referee warned him, but Fury didn't care. He was inside a war zone now. He whispered something again, words lost under the roar. and unleashed a brutal combination of hooks and uppercuts. Steve tried to fire back, his heart refusing to quit, but the giant's momentum was unstoppable. Every punch Fury threw now carried anger, revenge, and a message to the world. You can't keep me down. Then, like thunder after a long storm, the end came. Fury ducked low, twisted his body, and launched a monstrous right hook to the jaw. Cunningham's head snapped back. His body collapsed. He fell hard, motionless, the fight over. The referee waved his hands. The crowd screamed, some in shock, some in awe. Tyson Fury stood over him, arms raised, breathing like a beast. The same man who had been dropped moments ago now roared victorious. It was not just a knockout. It was a statement. Fury had been humbled, hurt, humiliated, and still came back to conquer. The ring became chaos. Commentators shouted, fans erupted, and the new villain of heavyweight boxing had officially arrived. As the noise settled, Fury stood in the center of the ring, blood on his lip, pride in his eyes, microphone in his hand. The crowd booed and cheered at once. He laughed and shouted, "I got knocked down, but I got up. That's what champions do." That night, the world saw both sides of Tyson Fury. The arrogance and the heart, the chaos and the courage. He wasn't polished, he wasn't perfect, but he was real, raw, unpredictable, unbreakable. Reporters called him reckless, wild, disrespectful, but Tyson didn't care. "I told you," he said, "you can't stop destiny." Steve Cunningham earned respect that night too. He gave the giant his toughest test, his hardest fall. He showed that courage can make even a smaller man dangerous in a world of giants. But Fury's comeback became legend. That knockdown didn't break him. It built him. It was the moment the world saw what he was truly made of. Years later, when Fury would rise again from depression, from addiction, from darkness, fans remembered this fight. Because that was the first time Tyson Fury proved he could fall and still rise stronger. Madison Square Garden that night didn't just witness a fight, it witnessed the birth of an unbreakable spirit. The giant, who once fell in round 3, would go on to rule the world, and every time he steps into the ring now, somewhere in his memory, the ghost of Steve Cunningham's punch still lives, the punch that almost changed history, but instead created a legend.